Well, it's time to press play in Wollongong for the 2022-23 New South Wales State Championship Finals. We're coming to you live from Victory Sports with the men's triples semi-final. Our feature game, Mason Lewis of Engadine up against Stinson of Warilla. I'm Andrew Lynn, Sports Coordinator for Bowls New South Wales. Joining me, Ben Crickstolitis, our new streaming Bowls Link guru, and our Chairman of Match Committee, Warren Shipley. Welcome, Shippo. Welcome, Ben. Welcome, everybody, to our coverage.
Thanks, Andrew, and thanks for having me. And we're sitting here watching just the final kick-off now of the semi-final, the final trial end of this semi-final. This fantastic rink's been going well all day, and this is going to be another cracking game.
Without a doubt, gents, and good afternoon to everyone tuned in. If it's anything like this morning's game, it should be a cracker. And the other semi-final alongside us there, you'll see in the background, you can see the guys just completing their second trial end as well. That's the Marylands versus Raymond Terrace in the other semi-final of this fixture. And we'll let you know how all these teams qualified as we go through our broadcast.
And you'll see in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen a little ticker. That'll have the scores from the semi-finals from around the grounds. We have 4 semi-finals being played here at Figgy Sports at Figtree. We have the men's and women's state triples. And we have one each of the other 3 being played at Taronji Park and at Wiseman Park, Wollongong City. The senior men's, senior women's and open reserve.
So this afternoon for Warilla, we have Trevor Gillis, Craig Roberts and Lee Stinson, and Engadine taking on Jack Lewis, Callum Murray and Mason Lewis. Jack's had a fairly busy last few days, being our state singles champion, going up and having his Zone 13 presentation with the trophy before coming back down to start his triples action.
Yeah, and another busy man there with Lee Stinson dumping all of his work onto us. I think Andrew is as the state's bowls executive, and looking good there too. Can play a game, but yeah, he's been as busy as anything organising these tournaments and playing in them as well. With a pretty remarkable effort, and he's given us permission to take give him as much grief as we can.
Is that right?
Yep.
Well, that should be fun then.
Lee's actually the odd man out on this Warilla team. It's the only one I haven't played in a side with.
Is that right?
Ah.
Yep.
Is that through design or misfortune, Andrew?
Oh no, Trevor and I played together at Wiseman Park, Wollongong City, 20 odd years ago, and Craig and I played together at Dapto Sits when I first joined there in the twos. We formed a pretty good combination there. Actually, it was a really good side. Craig I reckon he's been one of the better bowlers in our zone for the best part of 20 or 30 years. Just probably doesn't play quite as much as the others, doesn't get the accolades.
So we're on the same rink as we were this morning's game. So those that were watching will know that the side that players, this bowl's coming down, is the wider side of the 2 hands. Obviously, the greenkeepers jumped on and rolled the greens between matches this morning and this afternoon. And just to bring you up to date as we go through this first end, the Raymond Terrace team qualified with a win in their 3rd match. They defeated Club Maitland City. They had to win by 10 or more, and they won 31-17. And they had to hope that Milton Aladella didn't do the same, and Milton Aladella was defeated 24-12. So Raymond Terrace got through in section 1, and in section 2 was a very tight section. Marylands, it was St John's Park was leading the section going into round 3. They were defeated by Kingscliff, who ended up running second, but it was the Marylands team of Michael Phillips, Heath Lewis and Darren Morrison that made it through into the semi-final with 2 wins plus 12. So very tight there.
And I'm pleased to announce that I didn't commentate as curse Craig Roberts by praising him up. He's popped 2 very, very good bowls in. And I think all these blokes must leave the club I'm at, because we've got another one of my former club mates coming back to join us. Matty Miles coming back in. Matty, welcome back.
Is there a common denominator there?
Oh. And these two sides in this semi-final, they got through by winning all 3 games, so margin didn't have to come into it. They just won their section outright. So here we go with Lee Stinson, first end.
Does have a pretty unique style there, by the way. Lee does.
He does, the old toe in the air.
That's it, pushes his left arm out as well. Good lad. We do have a bit of a commentator's nightmare here. They're all using green or pale green bowls, except for...
We'll have to be on our game as well, like the players, going through this afternoon. So... Mason Lewis in the area, just running a little bit through. Welcome back, Matty.
Thanks, mate. Happy to be here.
How was your preparation between games? I've seen the rollers going furiously out there.
Yeah, my glasses are fogged up. I haven't stopped, but we're we've got a couple of rolls on the greens, and we were able to lay some new fresh lines down too. It's plenty of bowls being played, so with that little bit of rain last night, we just want to make sure that the greens are nice and safe and even across all play.
Yeah, flash bright white lines. I saw you laying them out. It's good work. Show up nicely on the camera here too, by the way.
Yeah, a bit worried that they were going to be too white, but they seem to look pretty good, don't they?
Too white, indeed.
Actually, watching a bit of the cricket recently, it's very noticeable how white the English uniforms are compared to the cream of Australia, having regained the Ashes overnight with a drop of rain in Manchester.
And the Sooks are out about that at the moment, aren't they?
Well, they should have done better in the first 3 tests.
Here.
Jimmy McCrory there is watching from Warilla. Good on you, mate. I met Jimmy for the first time a week and a half ago, I think it was. And who's...
So Warilla scores a 2, first end.
I blame Jimmy McCrory for that. He's jumped on the coverage and immediately scored 2 shots. Well done, Jim. Vince Calabrese again hasn't missed a single live stream since I've been here. Certainly since before, probably before I was sitting in one of these chairs as well. Long end.
Yeah, Warilla deciding to go almost maximum length. Don't know whether you happen to catch any of the swimming overnight as well, but world record swim.
Is that at Old Trafford as well?
Yeah, yes. Yeah, it could have been at Old Trafford. Yeah. World record swim for Australia in the 400 metres freestyle. So we won the men's and the women's 400 metres, and we won the men's and the women's 100 metre relay. Magnificent. In the World Championships.
I didn't even know that was on. It's a good ongoing.
I think I was dribbling on my pillow at that time of
Well,
night.
well, there was no cricket to watch, so swimming was the next best.
Formula 1 last night too, actually, wasn't he?
It was.
I haven't seen the results of that yet. I'll wait. But yeah, these guys playing a long end. I'm just watching the next door. Darren Morrison, the RBM there from Northern Sydney and that area. Senior RBM actually for New South Wales and Western Australia. Damn good bloke.
Bit of a quiet achiever, Craig Roberts. He's got a great draw game on him, and he's usually first one picked for the Warilla side whenever they're looking for a front end player. He's pretty versatile too. He can play all the shots, and he just ask him, he can call a good head too.
So Callum Murray, affectionately known as Squid.
I'm going to have trouble calling Callum Murray's name all day. Nice guy, genuinely good dude. Just, my goodness. I hope his parents are online. I'd like an explanation, please.
So we've got a Squid and a Mozzie for
Mozzie.
Engadine. So Murray now just looking to arrive. Is he going to hold on long enough to sit the shot bowl? Just going to duck underneath. So Lee Stinson there. I think he might have borrowed a toucher spray, Matty, and you were talking about that in the morning game to say that
Very
the only
smart
thing
man.
you buy to the only thing you buy to use on
Everyone else but
everyone
yourself.
else. Yeah, so Stinson, clever. So you'll see the other semi-final matches at this venue and other venues rolling through at the bottom of your screen if you want to keep up to date with how your team is going or your club. You'll see it down the bottom or your zone.
Pretty loose here at the start.
Oh, not for Lewis.
Oh,
He's
not
on the
for Lewis,
charge.
yep.
Has he got anything?
A little
got
touch
bit
of
of jack.
cross. Yeah, a little touch of cross, but still pretty loose for the rest of the bowls. They've only been playing on the other two greens, and may take a bit of adjustment here early, but you know that fairly standard when you come across to this green. Something else I should note: there's a breeze blowing out there. It's not strong. It shouldn't affect anything except it's freezing. It's an absolutely freezing wind blowing across the greens at the moment.
Stinson, is he underneath? Is
He
he going
is.
to get down enough with enough weight? Well, Darren Morrison with the Maryland's team next door was complaining to me, and he's been on a number of ditch rinks, and I said, well, don't throw any wrong biases, and you shouldn't put it in the side ditch. We should be okay. So I'm not sure whether that was one or two to Engadine there. Didn't see any signal. But they're on the board.
Yeah, they don't like to tell us what's going on, these blokes.
We might have to invest in a marker for these.
No, they signal one.
Single one, did they? Thank you.
Andrew's on the board.
Andrew, yes. We should invest in a marker out there to keep us up to date with what's going on with some of our views are a bit tricky. Trevor Gillis here with his first bowl on end number 3. Pretty fair side when you got the state singles champion leading up for you.
Yeah, it's that's the dream. Well, you know he can draw.
He's played plenty of bowls on this rink this week too.
Yeah, he should be accustomed to it. And Matty, just on that, how often is it changing the centre lines and moving the greens around? I noticed on the other greens you've changed direction a couple of times.
Yeah, well, that roughly 5 mil of rain we had overnight definitely changed things up for us. We were the ground isn't quite as firm as we'd like, and a bit more scuffing, and that will occur from the bowl shoes. So we've had to add an extra line today, the white one, and just try and get a bit more even movement across the greens. So hopefully that works. We're not seeing too much damage at the moment, which we're pretty happy about.
Oh, these experienced bowlers will also try to look after the greens a bit. There's no one here is going to get cranky and slide their foot across the green or anything like that.
Well, it certainly didn't affect the 6 women playing in our morning game, because that game, the quality of that game was exceptional.
So I haven't done it yet this broadcast, so I'll do it now. The YouTube link is now in the chat. Once again, don't ever click on any links that don't come from us or someone you trust. Never give anyone your contact details to pay for a stream or your credit card details. We don't ask, so don't get scammed. But always, as always, let us know where you are and where you're watching from. A few people have. Philip Lubke again, always here, and a bowler's tragic. John Lindsay asking if that's Shippo on the commentary.
Yeah, John, very active in our area in Zone 2.
So yes, it is. Glad you're here, John. And all those green bowls are all around that jack now.
Another Jet supporter, John.
Oh, good Lord.
So, Lewis on the attack a bit here, but I'm not sure whether he's wide enough to play the shot. No, it's going to get away on him. You can see all the results of the morning games. There's just too many to run through. And if you're wondering if your team qualified for the semi, keep an eye on the ticker rolling through on the bottom, because they're all our semi-finalists.
That's it. Or run onto Bowlslink there and look through the results, results.bowlslink.com.au, and click on the Bowls News with Bowlslink. You'll follow the bouncing ball through to the state championship results. And you'll see all of the results there, including, and you can download the Bowls Now app, which has a similar thing.
Lewis, very interested with that, and great shot. Well played, Mason Lewis. So, Stinson now, as you can see, from his third. Craig Roberts just indicating a bit of jack movement will be very handy here. Oh, he looks tight. Well, I've taken one out.
Looks like it.
Yeah, they were looking at the second, but I think it was only the one.
Also a change of length there for the Engadine side. They've gone from pretty much a maximum length end to looking like, wait for Mozzie to get out of the way. No, there it is.
Yeah.
Just under a maximum length. They've brought the mat up a little bit, so it's interesting.
You can see there, women's semi-final action. We have Raymond Terrace versus Belrose and Foster versus NBC Sports, and the senior triples, Warilla versus Soldiers Point. So we're all alive in a couple of these events. Tamora versus Wiseman's Park.
We're going to get rid of this. It's Wiseman. We've had some feedback.
Wiseman.
Wise man.
Wiseman Park.
Wiseman's Ferry, but it's Wiseman Park.
Wiseman Park. That's like Nelson's. Is that like Nelson's Bay, Andrew?
Wiseman Park, Wollongong City.
Peter Taylor from Westport. Fancy seeing that name in the back end of a state championship. Who would have thought, Matty?
Be rare to not see it these days, mate.
That's right. A couple of Raymond Terrace teams too, still alive in the men's and women's. That's zone 2, Andrew, just in case you weren't sure.
They've been the pointy end of everything this year, haven't they?
Oh, no, you're right. Region 5. All right, so Robert's here on the wider backhand side. Callum Murray now. He's on the backhand as well. Not sure whether he is wide enough. I wasn't sure whether he was out there enough, but he's played a ripper there. Well, BJ, St John's didn't qualify in that section. It was Maryland's going through. And they're taking on Raymond Terrace, and that's the game on the rink next door that you can see to the left of us at present.
Yeah, a bit unfortunate. St John's, they played pretty well, I thought. Or am I wrong? Am I thinking of someone else?
No, they're all one-game winners in that section going in. So Skipper's arriving at the mat to complete N4. Mason Lewis, very quiet achiever. Mason doesn't not very boisterous at all. Gets about his work and does it pretty well.
So we did have a question there at the start of this coverage. Mason playing today's game with Jack Lewis, Mason Lewis and Jack Lewis. Now, did we resolve whether they were related?
I don't believe they are. I'm not sure whether Matty's got any more info with that, but no.
We do know that Mason and Heath on the next
Pretty
rink.
sure that, they're brothers.
Yeah, no, they're definitely not related. But I think if you play enough bowls with somebody, you might as well be.
Yeah.
Oh. That's so nice.
The Stinson on the charge there, just missing a little bit wide. So Lewis again, adding another to the count. Teammates like where this one's headed. Is it going to hang around? Oh, that's okay. And Stinson just regrouping, coming to have a look. Not sure where the jack is. We might be able to get a side-on view. Andrew, just have a look at where the jack's situated. Oh, yes, we can see the shadow.
See the shadow of
the
it
jack
there between those two front bowls.
Yeah. Lisa, I believe the YouTube is up and running. It's the link's pinned at the top of the...
Did I pin it? I may not have pinned it. Hang on a sec, I'll go and find it and then pin it. But it's definitely there. He's now pinned. It should show up at the very bottom of the bottom of your screen. And Lisa, I'll just reply to you on mine as well with the link.
So, Stinson looks to be in a pretty good area here. Is he going to get down enough?
Oh, yeah, that was close.
Unlucky, and it's 2 to Engadine, so they go to a 4-2 lead after 4. So the 2022-23 state singles champion, first to play N5. What a cracking game that final was too, against Peter Taylor, right down to the wire. Remember, if you live in the area or you're down here watching the state championships, you've got the opportunity to win a set of bowls tomorrow. The supporters from the tab.
Yeah, I went and had a go at that the other day. I didn't enter for obvious reasons, but
Didn't touch the jack, mate, either.
didn't come close. I did. I thought I was pretty good actually. I was only a little way behind. Nathan Bazant was there with me, the crab, and we had a bit of a run at it. And I thought my first one was okay, but it turns out the closest to the jack winner was actually really close. So look, everyone's got a chance. You get 2 bowls, 2 runs at it, and get into it.
Yeah, there's daily prizes as well. If you're a daily winner, you'll get a show bag plus a $200 voucher, I believe. So plenty of opportunities. 2 bowls, measure your closest.
So who's going to win this one, boys? No fence sitting, Glenn says. I'm not doing that. Sorry, mate, I'm going to sit well and truly on this fence. I'm ensconced. I don't show favouritism for either, and I think it's going to be fairly close. But I think Engadine's got the better of it at the moment, not just showing on the scoreboard, but I think they're a little closer right now.
Final leaves a special.
Sorry, was that?
Yeah.
Final, so leaves a special.
It's a final, so Lee's a special.
Yeah, well, we did mention
no, not the final.
Did mention the other day that Lee Stinson has a medal or a badge or a medal in every one of the state events. Unfortunately, they're all silver at this stage.
Oh, the poor man.
But he's got a better opportunity than most. He's in the semi. So Craig Roberts looks a bit tight with this one. Is he going to get a straightener? I'm just going to duck under, but it's going to finish in a handy position. That's 2 pretty good bowls, actually, from Roberts there.
Yeah, he's done well getting through this. Big pack of green bowls. I'm going to harp on it. Just really confusing me at the moment. If you hear rustling in the background, it's just me looking through some paperwork at the moment, so I apologise for that.
So, Lewis, backhand draw. Looks to be on a pretty good road. It's just not going to get down enough for shot, but that'll be second. Little movement of the jack here from Stinson. Be very handy.
Gets a good eye on it. Lee does as he delivers. Giving the man confidence and meant to be bagging him out, but it's hard to when he's
I think he's
doing
going to
quite
land a
well.
white bowl as well.
Yeah, wow. And sit.
It's a pretty good bowl. Or good result. So, Lewis drawing again. Backhand. Urging it to get down. You can see that he knows he's a little bit wide. Fall in off that. So that'll be at least second shot, you would think.
Maybe. It's on the jack high line, but Lee's bowl at the back there looks pretty close too, so it's a tough one to tell.
So Stinson, left foot, toe in the air. Any jack movement here is all beneficial for Warilla. He's getting down to draw another. That's well played.
Yeah, beautiful bowl. Lee Stinson, great draw bowl.
Got one of those deliveries. He stands over the, really leans forward on it, so he gets right over the bowl. So if he finds his line, he's can be pretty dangerous.
I think we're all square at 4 there with 2.
I haven't seen Lee stressed yet. I haven't seen him get angry about anything. He's a pretty cheery bloke. Smiling there in the head, look, having a chat. I'm going to make it my mission not to annoy him.
Good on you, mate. Yeah, get on good with the boss. Good thinking. That's the way to go, mate. Good on you. That's a great opening bowl. Trevor Gillis there. Fantastic. So, Matty, the game of lawn bowls, mate, how did you get involved and how did it all start for you?
Well, I believe it or not, I used to play a bit of ice hockey back in the day.
Did you?
Yeah, used to work out of the Big Banana at Coffs Harbour.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Slave labour at the age I started, but I got free skating, so you don't say no to that. And I was unlucky enough to wrap my leg around a goalpost and broke my hip. So,
ouch.
yeah, my grandfather asked me if he was sick of me playing Nintendo and staying in the house, so he said, "Do you want to come and have a game of bowls with me?" And
You went, hell no.
I did, but because it was my grandfather, I said yes. Went down, had a game of bowls. I wouldn't say I loved it, but then the second time round, I could say it now because he's passed away, but he gave me a little nip of something, and I kind of enjoyed it. So
really?
I was like, this game can't be too bad. So, and ever since then, I've never had a drop of alcohol while I played, but loved the sport ever since.
So what club was that at Coffs Harbour, mate? Which one did he take you to?
I was actually at a little battling club in Wollongong.
Oh, right, okay.
Between Coffs Harbour and Grafton.
Yeah.
And it started off there, and then got to a stage where I kind of needed a little bit extra coaching, so I went to Park Beach with and Corey Daly took me under his wing. So Corey looked after me there for a while, and then I was lucky enough to get asked to come and play at Roselands, and I won't rattle off all the clubs after that, but there's been a couple.
Yeah, well, it's a game where if you can get people to have a go, they tend to fall in love with it very quickly. It's not as easy as it looks when you're sitting up watching. If you've never had a go, we'd encourage people to get out in the green and see how you go yourself.
It is genuinely like that. This game, I can't express it enough how one go.
Yeah, and because these players make it look so easy, you think, oh, is that all you got to do? Roll that down to the other end and get it close to that little white thing. So, yeah, that's all we got to do. Yeah, you go.
Don't see many of them, mate.
So Skipper saying, changing over here.
Yeah, I think it's one of those great sports where obviously there's not too many sports you can play with your grandfather or your parents in a sport and actually get on well. So let alone not hurt yourself. So it's quite a good sport for that.
Absolutely, we discussed this ad nauseum when I was in RBM and things like that. It's one of the very few games I can think of where whole families can play together as well, and even if you don't necessarily want to. Husbands and wives, if they're keen, and everyone at one club playing at the same level, and I think that's the important thing as well. The kids. You think of Tommy Rich playing in the triples today as well, or Lee's just missed that.
Oh, Stinson.
Yeah, Tom Rich playing in the triples today with the adult blokes as well. The juniors through in these, it's great. So 4-4 after 5 ends. So are we? Who's going to call a winner? Anyone?
Well, I think the greenkeeper connection for me is where I'll go with both Lewises as greenkeepers. I think I'll stick to them.
Stick to the club, mate. Yes, it's member of the club. That's member of the greenkeepers club.
Well, I've played at both, so I'm a bit neutral, but I think the greenkeeper persuasion is going to.
So I'll just. Barbara Green's asked here, where did Lee Stinson play? I'll just confirm that, he was at Orange, and he comes from that very cold place at the moment. He's come down to the coast for some warmer weather.
Yeah, look, he decided he wanted to play at a higher level too, I believe, and was travelling to Warilla to play championships and pennants and all that type of stuff. He's now found himself a home with Bowls, New South Wales.
A pretty good home it is too, by the way.
He certainly proved his worth for Warilla as well with some of his results he's had. since he joined that club. And the other good thing about this game is you could be drawn against a novice or you could be drawn against a world champion.
So he'd go and play the Australian Open and find out all about that. Well, Lee just really wishing his bowl to fall down forward there, and I'm not sure whether they're holding shot. I still get confused with these green bowls, but Lee pretty close with his one on the left there.
See, Lee leaving his teammate Craig hanging for the whole high five there. Held out his hand, but no response.
Oh, that might change things. There we go.
Well played. So it's 1 to Engadine. So they go to a 5-4 lead after 6. Scores coming through now with the other semi-final matches going on. We have the semi-final of the women here at Fig Tree, but the other semi-finals have been played at our other host venues. So them scores will get updated as we go on through the afternoon. I'll just run through some of them and let you know how they got there. You would have seen with the women's triples, we did have one of the sections as our live stream game with the winner going through. And with the other 2 sections, it was Belrose who'd ended up with 3 wins, so they qualified in Section 2. In Section 3, it was Foster in a very tight section who ended up with 2 wins plus 20. Just in front of the locals here, skipped by Kay Moran, who finished with 2 wins plus 15, and also on 2 wins with the South Tamworth team who led the section overnight. And they dropped to third, with 2 wins plus 8. And in Section 4, said NBC Sports, 3 from 3 to qualify.
2 good opening bowls there from Trevor. He wasn't shy with his second one, even though he had the shot, and trailed the jack a little bit.
Yeah, confident player at the moment.
He stepped away from the sport for a little bit, Trevor, but he's come back with a vengeance. He's cleaning everything, cleaning up in every event that he's played in lately. So
that's good to see. Like I said, returning players, people often statistically come to the sport, step away a bit, and then always come back. Very rare that someone steps away for long, barring injury or other problems or illness. It's a bit dark out there, a little cloudy maybe.
So Roberts on a pretty good track here. It might just duck a little. Just didn't have the weight for the job, unfortunately.
A little bit more weight would have a couple of feet. Would have been very handy.
Finishing a pretty good home though, because it would have been quite easy for Mozzie to be able to just flick that jack through and potentially pick up a 3 there, because he had a few bowls to land on, but that bowl at least he's got to change his weight now to.
Sorry, Mason Lewis, first to play to complete N7. On a little bit of a charge here too. Is he going to hold around the front? Matty, I think he's going to get a piece of it. He did.
One away is the call for the Warilla Gorillas. One of the features of Warilla Bowls and Recreation Club when you turn up, that giant gorilla, it's got a name.
So many people have had their photo taken with that gorilla.
It's the most famous thing in the bowls world, almost, you'd say. I don't know if I can repeat that live, mate.
Just a little bit over there, Stinson. So the signal is that Engadine hold 1.
So Helen White are all games, all the triples games in semi-final mode. They are, yes, in all the sections. And jump onto the results.bowlslink.com.au and follow the links through to our triples thing, to our triples section, to find the results and the finals lineups.
Stinson on a pretty good road here. Is he going to get down to the jack in time? How's his weight?
Pulling up there at the end because that's where the moisture is. That's pretty good.
Is it going to fall over?
Oh, the tape's coming out.
Got the lie detector. So while they're measuring, we'll just bring you up to date with the senior men's triples. And in section 1, it was the entrance going through with 2 wins plus 5 over the Curry team with 2 wins plus 2. So very, very close there. And it was 1 Engadine there. So they go to a 6-4 lead. In section 2, it was Taroji winning with 3 wins. So fairly clear cut there, as was Peter Taylor's Westport team with 3 wins in section 3. And also with 3 wins was Wenty Leagues, the skip Dale Maitland there. So fairly clear cut with 3 out of the 4 sections for the senior men's. The senior women, it was the club mates of the Warilla team here, winning 3 from 3. Section 2 with 3 wins was my club mates from Soldiers Point, Betty Herbertson's side, winning 3 from 3. Commercial Albury also won 3 from 3 in section 3, as did Tarrant Point, 3 from 3 in section 4. So 4 undefeated teams in the semi-final of the women's seniors.
Leanne, when do the ladies play the semi? They're playing now. All of the semis are being played right now. We've just got the men on the show rink, having had the third round of the ladies this morning here. And they're over on green 2. The scores are coming through on the scoreboard at the bottom right of your screen. They'll scroll through every 8 seconds and keep you up to date on what's going on around the rinks. A lovely little team of people we have filling out that spreadsheet too.
And the last of our events, the State Open Reserve Triples. It's Temora X Services, who won Section 1 with 3 wins. Wiseman Park, Wollongong City, won 2 from 3, and they finished with a plus 18, just ahead of Ballina, who had 2 wins plus 8. And in Section 3 was Edelong with 2 wins and a draw. Okay, I was having a look at the margin there, and I thought, oh, that's something wrong there. But they had 2 wins and a draw, so they were undefeated to get through their section. And Ningen also won Section 4 with 3 wins. Semi-final action, as Ben just alluded to, all happening this afternoon. All the finals will be here at Fig Tree Sport tomorrow. Just making sure the greenkeepers got plenty of work to do.
Never a dull moment at the moment. Squid having a bit of a run there earlier. It was a bit of a closed head before that. At least it gives Mason a bit of a chance of drawing the shot now. It was right on the line, I think, before, so bit of a draw off, I think, between the two now.
And Matty, with this green and the other 2 in play, is there much difference pace and line and different things with that? With your 3 greens we've got in operation at the moment?
We tried pretty hard to keep them all very similar to each other. This green is probably our quickest. We've probably put in a little bit extra work considering it is the live stream green and the finals green. But overall, they're probably pace-wise sitting roughly within a second of each other.
Yeah, we're led to believe a lot of work goes into rink 23. We've found on this screen.
We're going to have you with that all week, mate.
Yeah, I don't know who mentioned that one, but I might be buying them a beer. I'll give you the hot tip.
Never let the truth get in the way of a good story, mate, as you know.
That's it. I know. I think it's Jack Lewis's rink at the moment.
Yes. Here comes Mason Lewis. Is he going to get a straightener off the front bowls? No, just going to sneak through, but it's enough. Well played. So Stinson, 1 down. Bit of jack movement to be handy. We're not going to see, unfortunately. Craig
jumping
in
front.
the way.
See.
He'll be on report for that.
Giddy up.
Just got the straightener off the front. So it's one more to Engadine. So they take a 7-4 lead. And from where we are down the bunker, we just check the scoreboard occasionally to make sure we're getting the signals right. The other semi-final as well. We get a shot of that scoreboard when the players are playing in the other direction. We get a shot of the players on the mat. You can see their board in the background. Scores will be updated shortly as we go around the grounds to all the semi-finals happening. Couple of good opening bowls from the leads there. Just missing the line of fraction. Jack Lewis just a little bit under. Another handy bowl though.
No, I feel like he just only first met Lee when he was a crunky bowl kicking, mat throwing, swearing, probably a skip little kid. We'll have to speak to him about that. Thanks, Phil. That's good stories.
Yes.
Trevor playing a skipper's bowl.
Yeah.
Tucking that jack round the corner for himself.
Beautiful.
Driving leads.
You don't say no to them as a skip.
Nah. Well thought out.
That's what we like to see.
So, Squid, Callum Murray on the backhand.
Oh, through. Well and truly through. And just hanging up there on the bank.
Definitely not wasted there.
No. So you can just see at the top of the drink bottle there, right on the rink marker. That's how close to the edge. It looks like it's even hanging over the edge, that bowl. It's a little slow here in the live chat, guys. There's a lot of people online. Let's have another round of you tell us where you're from, or if you have any questions. We had a good chat, managed to have a good chat and answer some of your harder questions last game.
Just going to duck out for a second and bring the Club Maitland City
Where's your club, mate?
coordinator into the commentative position. He can tell us his sob story about why he never made it through to the semi-finals.
Looking a pretty good shirt, actually. Come and have a seat. Tell us who you are and what you're doing here.
Well, we were playing, but we're done now. Rima Towers were just too good this morning. So they were.
So they were, yeah. But pretty good game we're watching here. I like the shirt you're wearing, by the way.
Hang up, mate. How's Marty going?
Good, mate. Good to see you.
Yeah.
Been a while.
Wish I could say the same.
Lovely. Didn't happen to find my hat, did you, that I asked you about?
No, I didn't.
Oh, thanks, mate.
So you reckon you'd play here?
Oh, mate, I've only just joined in. I don't know
Well-
who's holding what there.
I'll have a quick look.
They're all green.
It's right, I know, working the commentator's nightmare here.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Warilla holding one there, I think, at the front, by the looks.
I'm just
And,
reaching over then on the forehand, isn't it? Sit and stay type of thing.
Yeah, I think so. Engadine having the better of it at the moment. Looks like he's going to duck a little on that wider hand.
Use
Oh,
that.
get this slide. Oh, it rolled back too. Oh, you got your name on the thing. Special guest DJ.
Subtitle ways. Have you not got any new jokes yet, Andrew?
Who needs them when they're that good?
So lead down on that, down on the narrower hand.
Trying to rest on the last ball.
No, won't get it.
Probably just the weight that stopped that result, but
All right, I'm going to hand my headset over to Andrew Lynn's Cable Hands. I have some prize money to sort out. I'll be back shortly.
got a big head, mate.
Yes, you're right.
No one's safe from Matty Miles, are they?
This could be dangerous, you and I sit next to each other.
Yeah. I'll have to be careful, mate. I'll have to get a bit of censoring going on, potentially. Anyway, what do you reckon? Lee's just the one down here, is he?
Possibly. A bit hard to tell with all the green balls.
Well, it is. I wasn't even paying attention upstairs. I was watching the other semi-final, and Jimmy Minter's taking a break from what he did to me this morning.
Give you a bit of a pummeling, did he?
It was a waste of time having a shower this morning, mate, because I got an absolute bath on the green. So I did. He was sensational. I think I won 5 ends out of 25, and they were in the first 12 ends.
Ooh.
Yeah, he was unreal.
Yeah, Lee wasn't too far away with his first little run. It was probably just the weight. He's decided to go quicker.
Going, yeah, more direct.
He'll probably looking for that gap, I'd say. Only a bowl tight.
I think that was just the one
One
signal.
from Callum, I think, yeah.
No variation in the jack rolling from Jack Lewis. They're liking that mat up a couple of yards and Jack on the tee, or close enough to it.
Tell you what, I wish they'd stop mucking around. They're taking so long to deliver everything. Can't keep up.
Not wasting much time, are they?
No, they're very quick on the mat, very quick to deliver, not mucking around at all. I think these guys nearly play an end in the time it takes Kay to deliver one bowl, Matty.
I don't want to comment, mate. She's probably listening.
Do that. She's not even here to defend herself.
That's all right. She's got a few days to catch up with me.
She was saying that she's kind of relieved because the body was getting the best of her with that delivery. She said she's happy with the delivery, but she can't sustain it for too long. So
Crashing there from Jack. Or not, same again.
no bad bowls yet. They're all past Jack. As a skipper in 2-bowl triples, anything short is probably in your way. Anything past is a good bowl.
Trevor Gillis just a little bit wider there. Good speed. What to say, mate? The greens are running absolutely fantastic. So they are.
Thanks, mate.
He's done a
Appreciate
good
that.
job.
As a second-year apprentice, I can't take all the credit.
Yeah, well, we know what Sean can dish up.
Yep.
He's very good.
He makes it easy to learn too. He's one of the greatest people I've ever met.
Mate, if you
On
can't
and
get on,
off.
if you can't get on with Sean Bellotti, the problem's with you.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I've been told that a couple of times now. I don't know what that means, but
A little bit of a homecoming for you, DJ, coming back to play in the Illawarra.
It is, mate. Yeah, well, this is where I started out.
Green's running a bit quicker than when I played against you at this venue in a pennant final many years ago after we'd had about 380 millimetres of rain.
It is, yep.
It was running about 9 seconds and you thought it was quick.
Yep, and that's currently buried under that new outdoor area too, isn't it? That rink.
Yeah, I think we were out on that area.
it's a great bowl of squid there.
Do you remember being in trouble all day? Our lead and second was short. And we had nothing on and you got everything you played for.
Back in the days when I could play. After here from Roberts.
Just Craig's going to run through.
There wasn't much thought going into what bowls to use before they went out and played, was it? It doesn't help us one little bit.
Well, they have got their club stickers on, but they're not very helpful. Maybe we should have got the fluoro yellow ones out and put them on.
Ones out, give us half a chance here.
Yeah, I think both clubs have green stickers too. So
Green, red, and black on the Engadine. So there is a little bit of a difference. The Warilla is a bit more green and white. I think they've got a bit of black on them too since they've
Great
changed the
track here.
uniform.
Shot in from Mason.
I think that's a couple to Engadine at the moment. An interesting fact about Trevor, I know he used to deliberately practice bowling left-handed.
we struggle enough right-handed, mate, as right-handers.
He used to just, if you're having a roll-up, he'd have a
Flick it
couple of bowls left-handed just to have a crack.
Yeah, why not? Looks like Warilla still has the best backward, so depending on what Mozzie does here, I dare say it'll be the same shot again.
Trevor was the minor singles champion at Wiseman Park Wollongong City Bowling Club in 1995.
Some useful information for us all there.
Yep. I do remember that for one very good reason, as I was the major singles champion there in 1995.
PB will come up and have a look now.
He'd be couple down. That's Craig Roberts' bowl sitting.
It is, but the three directly behind are against as well.
Don't think he's really got a shot there.
No.
He can have a run and the cannon's on, but I think that Craig's bowl would lock there, it'd push the others back and he'd be even worse off. Trevor, of course, wasn't originally in this team. The zone champions had Aaron Spears playing lead. Unfortunately, Aaron's just started a new position, got a new job, and couldn't really get the time off today.
There you go.
So they brought Trevor in, who didn't play in the zone triples at all.
We hope you're enjoying your new job, Spearsy.
Well, Pee-wee has a fire and misses. Two more to the Cougars. And it's a bit of procession now. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ends in a row.
You might update Shippo's scorecard here for him.
Can you use the same crayons that Shippo does to do that scorecard, mate?
I don't know. I think he's got the score wrong somewhere too. What was the last one? Was a 2? What was the previous end?
Yeah, good question.
There you go, Warren.
I might have to step out in a minute. I've got to go do the school pickup, so I'll hand it over to Benny, I think.
Yeah, I don't mind. I'm going to sit behind Andrew and watch him push buttons a bit.
because I've seen you work, mate, and it looks pretty cruisy. Joey Saragoza, good to see you, mate.
Joey, of course, been the greenkeeper at Belrose Bowling Club for about 147 years.
And still smiling, so why wouldn't you want to be a greenkeeper?
No one up there updating the women's. I'll go do that now before we take off. I'll go grab some scores.
Joe famously was asked about one of the greens that he just top dressed. They said that one wouldn't be running as fast as it normally would, and he said even with the dirt just put on it there, it'll be running 16. So they went out and rolled a bowl down, and it was running bang on 16 with the fresh dirt on it.
Never question a greenkeeper, they reckon?
Well, they've got a lot of expert advice to back them up from all the members of the club, so
It's true too.
I'm not going to say anything. I can't even green a lawn. Pretty well pointed from Craig. Well, that's the bowl you want to put down.
Looks like 2 to Warilla from here.
Yep. Might have a change over here from Callum on the backhand.
Well, the question is, if the Gorillas do win the end, what do? They change the length? Engadine's been going that not quite maximum, but been pretty consistent on that, won 5 in a row. So they managed to hold on. Do they change it?
Dare say they'll change it to a drastically, to be fair. They'd probably end up going short just to give themselves a little bit of breathing space with everybody trying to find it again. But crazier things have happened. It's usually a collective decision. Everybody will go up and have a quick chat and decide who's playing the best bowls where, and come up with a new game plan if the one you had originally isn't working.
Good bowl from Craig. Did he get in for another? I think he might be close.
I'd say it's 3 to Warilla at the minute.
Mozzie's been playing pretty well. He's been there or thereabouts most of the time. Turned a few heads around.
And there again.
Especially on that backhand.
Well, he's got the little slide. Don't know if he's got shot. I think it's only second. Maybe he's still 2 to Warilla. Craig's going to do the guesstimate of fingers on it.
What's your favourite measuring device, isn't it, Andrew?
Yeah. I'm about as useful as a chocolate teapot doing that method. He's just looking to get in on top of his own bowl. It's his own turned up, I think. Oh, no. Jack says it's 1 to Engadine. Although sometimes I think they stick one finger in the air where they're saying 1 down.
Very professional telephone on in the comedy box.
Is that a stitch up or was that a legit call?
No, it's a legit call probably, actually.
Someone's probably just,
Checking I'm still alive.
making sure that you didn't drown in the bath you got in the green.
Make sure mine's on silent because there's a big chance that Aaron Tees will probably call me because he knows I'm in here.
Pretty handily pointed again, I think. It's got the edge in the run.
Ooh.
Well,
One to hang it in.
you're up and in the area, you've got a chance, and he's certainly taken those chances. Was that one up, one down, or sideways?
That was a Craig Roberts one, so that could be anything. But I'm pretty sure it's one down for Warilla. All on his weight now. He's got a good line to draw this shot.
He's got a couple of chances here. Just needs a little sit.
Oh, that's...
Well, has he done enough to make two? No, Craig's just put the one finger up. Having a good look, though. Was that two
Yeah, it
fingers?
was two fingers. Craig was confident. Didn't even look at it. So...
Well,
I'll see that change of length now.
oh, it doesn't look like it's much of a change.
Oh, actually, is it?
Maybe a bit shorter.
Probably would have been if I didn't say anything, but they've opted for the same length. Mind you, they've both been battling it out pretty well at that length, so one, they probably think they're as confident as each other on it.
Good opener from Trevor.
There's multiple world champion Jeremy Henry standing behind the rink.
Keeping an eye on his clubmates. Trevor's one of those guys who he'll be there or thereabouts with your top grade, whichever club he goes to, without being one of your superstars. Fairly solid player.
Just gets in, plays a position that he's put and does it well. Well, I don't think I've ever seen him have a bad game, to be honest. He's, even in tournaments, you see him around, you know you're in for a game if you're up against him. He's pretty competitive too.
Yeah, just one of those guys who's there or thereabouts all the time. Craig, is he going to get back?
Alright, well, I'm going to love yous and leave yous. I've got the school pickup to do, so
Take care, mate.
have fun.
See
And
you
I'll
next time.
See you
Hope
guys soon.
Family's well.
Thanks, Matty. Make sure you're back in time for. Thanks, Matty. Make sure you're back in time to do your job tomorrow morning, though.
Take it easy. Hello, Warren.
DJ. Yeah, the club survive after the inner zone, mate. All right.
Yeah, very good, mate. Very good. Good shot there.
Good ball.
It'll be just the one. Pretty sure it's Jack Lewis's two balls there behind.
Engadine boys really have a lunging sort of quick delivery motion, don't they?
Yeah.
Not sure whether it's been asked of you, DJ, but how do you find the conditions and greens and all that out there? All good?
Could not fault them, mate. No, there's a bit of a breeze going there, which obviously has its tricks with it, especially when you're playing on a tiffy like that. But me, could not fault the conditions at all, or the greens. That's what we were just saying when you were out there. Like Sean Belotti's a top class greenkeeper. He knows what he's doing.
Came down to the wire in your section as well, mate. Was a battle.
It was. Unfortunately, on the wrong side of it.
Yes.
Well, you're just having a little look, considering. Probably just weighing up what Mason will do and trying to make sure he doesn't open any further opportunities, because Mason's been pretty deadly so far.
Well, they need to get back into this match, don't they? The 11-4. They can't let the score blow out too much more. He's on a pretty good track here too, is he? Oh, there is a hole there. 11-6, sorry. But
Look after him, mate.
yeah. Probably aim for the hole with the next bowl, would you?
Listen, in the area here, can you play that short one?
Going to get a straight nut
Oh.
onto the jack.
Oh, you just wonder, is it Mason's day when that sort of little straighten? He's given himself a chance, but a couple of times he's been just there or thereabouts and got the right edge.
Got the absoluter.
Got to be a backhand draw here. You know they're going to come back on that side. Is he around the pack?
No.
Oh, turns away in disgust.
And probably worse till I think he's opened up a pretty much a free kick for Mozzie here to chuck another one down and score another.
Well, yeah, you can draw a metre behind. Still count.
He's just got to get around the front ones. Lee's got no ammunition left, so he's got a good metre and a half to draw a shot. May even be more than one already.
It's at least a 4 there.
As a state lead, you'd be expecting him to add another. Shake of the head from Stinson. Not sure what the count was there, Andrew. You might have to get a shot of the board to confirm how many that was.
4.
4. 15-9.
6.
15-6. 9 upside down. I was reading upside down, mate. Sorry.
9 shots in the game.
Yeah.
Is that what you mean?
That's what I meant.
You're close.
Yes.
He's just in awe of being in the same room as you,
Well,
DJ. And
this
just
is right.
lost his marbles.
He hasn't spoke to me in quite a few months since he got off the match committee. Tends to not return phone calls or anything like that.
Busy man, mate. There's quite a few people in the club upstairs too. Just having a look there. There's quite a lot watching through the windows up there, and
Putting on a good show, so they're a fig treat. Shot Trevor Gillis.
it's a super opening bowl. All these guys were around, DJ, when you were down this area, mate, when you first lobbed.
Yeah, most of them were.
Good reply.
Pretty fair. Trevor was playing at the Oak Flats Club when I was down here, Andrew. He played a bit with Scotty Bate up, didn't he?
Yeah, Trevor's been at most of the clubs in the Illawarra at some stage.
Not a good response here. Look at that. Brilliant.
That is. Well, if nothing else, he's played 2 really good bowls this end. He hasn't played too bad. It's just the Engadine boys who've had the edge so far.
Callum Murray looks a little bit under the line with this one. Is he going to... Oh dear.
So earlier, Trevor started off when I knew him at Wiseman Park. He's Wollongong City. He's played at Oak Flats, Siddos, and Warilla now. Probably gone to one or two other clubs as well. Played with Craig Roberts at Siddos as well.
Roberts is close here too.
Yeah, he's picked it out.
Not bad. Probably would have just preferred to set the ball clean, but
Yes.
can't be too fussy when you're trailing. You get every shot you can get.
Seems to be a little bit of cloud out there every now and then. The sun disappears behind, but brilliant shadows across the green now.
I'll tell you what, the temperature fairly drops when it does too.
Yes. It's quite cool this time of year down here.
Must be cold if it's compared to how cold it was at Maitland in the mornings up at Interzone.
It was.
So Roberts on a pretty good track here. Should get down for shot.
Right. It's just going to pull up.
Be enough for another counter there, you would think, but plenty of room.
Because if you have just joined us, you're watching the 2022-23 New South Wales State Championship Finals coming to you live from Fig Tree Sports in the beautiful Wollongong City Council area. It's Destination Wollongong supporting our championships, along with Fig Tree Sports, Georgie Park Bowls and Recreation Club, and Wiseman Park Wollongong City, and our event partners, TAB, bringing you our State Championship Finals. We've got the men's triples semi-final in progress now on our stream. And another 8 or 9 days to go. Shabbat, sort of losing track of what day it is.
Yeah, finishes tomorrow week. Oh, Stinson. Missing the line completely there, but...
And may have added another. I guess Jack Lewis ball just went in there.
okay.
In other news, Mason Lewis drew another shot.
He did, yes.
Well, we have a state singles winner and 2 state singles runners-up on this rink. Mason and Lee both have been runners-up in the state singles.
You can see the progress scores from all the other semi-finals going on. That looks a little tight this time. Maybe enough for another counter. Well, are we attacking again, DJ here? Looks like it.
I think so. Let's play better. Not sure he's wide enough, is he?
Needs some kind of contact. We got rid of one.
Well, they're not very demonstrative in letting us know what the scores are they?
Engadine won the end.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they scored at least one.
It looked like 2 from where I was sitting. but
Yeah.
Game enough to say.
We'll get a shot of the scoreboards and we'll check out what's happening in the other semi-final next door. It was Maryland's leading.
The shot of the scoreboard won't help us because the leads and seconds aren't
Oh,
changing
they're not
it.
changing it. Ah, okay.
We've got an Olympian commenting on the Facebook, Andrew.
An Olympian.
David Gentles.
Yep.
Multiple Olympics as a hockey referee.
Is that right?
Hockey umpire, sorry. Yep.
Your wealth of knowledge is amazing. DJ.
Dave Gentle's a legend in Albion Park.
He is, very much so.
Has been known as one of the best hockey umpires in the world.
Yep.
Probably still regarded as one of the best hockey umpires in the world. I'm not sure if he's still active, but he's not a bad bowler either from memory.
Can't play.
Is that normal hockey or ice hockey or
No, field hockey. Yeah.
field hockey?
Yep. He would have done 4 or 5 Olympics, I think.
Yep.
It shows you his longevity.
Well known Illawarra.
It's held every 4 years, Warren. So
Oh, is that right?
Not like the Commonwealth Games, which might have an 8-year gap.
oh
Yeah.
dear. Isn't that a debacle?
So I'm led to believe with the Commonwealth Games it goes back to the previous host, and if they don't want it, it goes back to the current bidder and says, well, you work it out.
Yeah. The problem was the original bidder for 2026 was Durban, and they got taken off them in. No, sorry, it was 22. They were meant to have it, and then Birmingham were meant to have it in 26. So they got brought forward.
Yeah.
And it was meant to be announced in like 2017 when the next host was, but it was delayed till 19 or 20 because of what's going on. Fortunately, it's a lot of money it's a lot of money to host these things.
Certainly is. A lot of infrastructure required.
Shot here from Callum Murray.
It's well played, Squid. Another close one.
With Benny that was in there, is he a new recruit?
Yes. So Benny Crickstolitis has come on board with Bowls New South Wales. He formerly the regional bowls manager for South Coast and Illawarra area, southern Sydney. He's come on board to a slightly altered role with our Bowls Link education and working with our streaming.
Very good.
So he's only just come on board, leapt into event mode with us.
The tight calendar that's run, there's not a lot of time to breathe.
No.
Lewis looking to add another to the count.
Good shot.
He's played it well.
It's a good little alteration. It just makes that bit harder for Lee. He hasn't got a clear view of the jack now.
Just the one. Electing to go with a bit of pace. Is it up narrow? Oh, I think that one's going to get away.
Didn't look to get that one away real well either.
He won't
It's
be
a little
happy
bit
with
bumpy.
that. See Callum there. If Mason Lewis can draw a tight draw underneath the shot, land the Warilla bowl, it's roughly jack high. He turns that out. Well, he looks to be attempting to do that as well. Is it going to stand up enough to get past the front? No, he's going to get a rub and just sneak past. On a great track, but ended up in a very good home. Should Stinson get the shot bowl onto the jack. So Stinson just looking to sit the shot bowl out.
He's got this one away a lot cleaner.
He's not going to get down in time though, is he?
No.
He crashes. So it's just the one.
Just the one.
So they go to an 18-6 lead after 14 ends.
Starting to get into the trouble territory already.
Already, yeah. Still plenty of time, but
2 ball triples can get away from you pretty quick.
well, we've asked everyone, DJ, that's been in that seat, why do you think that is? What do you think with the 2 ball triples there can be some blowout scores?
It's very much a lead in the seconds game, my friend. So it's, you get a lead, it's on it. You don't have those extra 2 balls coming after the third position to make a change.
I also reckon that with 2 less bowls, only 12 total in the head. There's less bowls to hit. You got less chance to sit on something. And if your lead doesn't fire and your second doesn't fire, you're in big trouble.
Exactly.
And in a team of 4s, it's probably unusual for 6 bowls to be bad.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more likely to get multiple counts. And your skipper's got less chance to play a rumble shot. It's also not unusual to see tight score lines with huge scores as well. You know, in a 25 end game, both teams scoring around the 30 shots mark.
Yeah. I think that's why you wanted to go back to 3 balls, 18 ends, didn't you, Warren?
Never. Never at all.
I could have done with 6 this morning, would have made a difference.
Is that right? Okay. Couple of handy teammates you had too, mate. Nathan Dawson
Yeah.
and Brody Phism.
But they're only human.
Yes. Who was the best out of the opposition you played?
Oh,
The
Jamie.
Raymond Terrace boys.
Jamie.
Jamie in lead? Yeah, okay.
From about end 13 onwards, he didn't have anything outside of a foot. It was unbelievable.
Well, funnily enough, Raymond Terrace and the men's have qualified in the pairs, triples and 4s, and Jamie is the only player backing up in 2 of them events.
Okay.
He'll be here for the 4s as lead for Lee Schreiner later on the week.
Wooshka. Craig Roberts on the run.
Close to. Oh, what? God.
Got everything, but I don't think it was the right.
No. Didn't get the result required. So plenty of room now anyway on end 15, but I can't see too big a multiple coming on this end. Lewis first to play. Looks to be in a pretty good area. Said earlier, having a state lead with an open draw is very handy.
Pretty handy, isn't it?
See how Stinson can reply. That looks a fair track as well.
There's a fair difference in the hands, actually, isn't there? In this
There
game?
is, yeah. Yeah,
Shot Lee.
we've said that. Well played, Lee Stinson. Yeah, we've said that from the first game, actually. The alfresco dining area is quite considerably wider.
He's looking for the edge here.
Is he going to get down in time? No, he's just going to hold. So Stinson,
Can breathe a little bit. He's on the board
he
again.
can. He scored. A chance to draw another. Add another to the count, which they certainly need. How's his pace?
Trying again.
How's his pace? Just going to sneak through, is it? Oh,
No,
no,
good
he's
shot.
played it well. 2 to Stinson. So the difference is 10 with 10 ends to go. A bit of a conversation there between the team. What are they talking about there, DJ? What's the conversation?
Help.
Thank God we've won an end.
Yeah. I think we need to change it, fellas.
Let's just do something different.
Let's do better than the Raiders have.
Oh,
Lee, a tragic Raiders fan.
he is too. Yeah. So no mucking around though from Trevor.
Pretty similar length of game, though.
He looks a bit tight too. Well, his balls are holding. Just ducking away at the end, but that's a good start.
Not bad.
No mucking around from these guys.
No. Well, we said we've got a state lead playing in the skip position. We've got the singles champion playing in the lead position.
Yeah, not a bad one to have.
Yeah.
To be fair, Mason has skipped the Engadine side in the pennants for the last few years. So
Yes.
if you are playing in the state, somebody has to play lead, and they're likely that most of the people in the state are going to be playing at the back end for their clubs. Jack's pretty well pointed here.
Just going to hold out again.
Somebody get home, but one on it. One
Oh
on.
no, that's brilliant where it's finished.
Well played.
There's two pretty good bowls from Trevor, and he's a couple down.
Yeah, both players building a good head for the players that come behind them. Roberts looks to be on a fair track as well here. Has he got enough weight to reach? Has he got enough weight? Yes, he has.
Just
Well
gonna sit in.
played.
Very good.
All players turning it on so far. N16. Murray looks to be on a pretty good road as well.
Jeez, exhibition.
It is. Heads changing. Bowl after bowl after bowl. Good to see your Sydney Roosters finally winning the game too, DJ.
It was, mate. It was. So much was the confidence I tipped against them too.
Oh, did you?
Man, I did it.
Robert's having a good look at this, but he's just not going to get down in time.
Is he not?
No.
Apologise, Swan. I thought you were a bit early in the call.
No, they just, from experience on that hand, mate, they just hold that fraction.
He has sat Jack Lewis's bowl through though and got good position.
He
So
has. You see the call from Mason Lewis there, a bowl indicating where a bowl would be very handy.
I'll put a big call out here with 10 ends to go. How many more ends do Engadine need to win before they're in unassailable position?
Oh, it's a big call, Andrew.
Big word too.
Yeah.
And I don't mean literally unassailable, as in they're not going to get caught. At 10 ends, 10 in front with 10 to go, they're pretty comfortable as it is.
Half, I reckon.
You reckon they still need to win half of them?
Yeah. As we said before, we can have blowout scores. Well, we did witness this morning with the Raymond Terrace team trailing by a few. They picked up the maximum, got a 6, got to the front, then went on to win the game after that. Won 4 ends in a row after that one as well. So Stinson
It's in that area again.
looks to be in a very good area here, but he's just going to hold out a fraction. Off, well, got a touch.
Oh,
Obviously not enough
no,
by the
based
reaction
on-
there.
Yeah, based on Robert's reaction there.
Well played, Lee Stinson, but luck's a fortune at the moment. So what's Mason Lewis looking at doing here, DJ? How do you see it?
Probably drawn in around the tee somewhere.
Yeah, that's what Jack was talking about.
Just filling the hole.
Yeah, a couple of Warilla balls there. At least got half a chance of moving something, so something around the tee.
Pretty good line for the job as well. How's his weight? Well, handy enough. Stinson having a good look. The conversation has been had. Stinson approaching the mat. Lewis has still got one to go. Well, in the area.
Yes, he's going to split.
What's going to happen here?
Good shot. Very good.
Oh, well played.
Could be a 3.
Still a while to come from Lewis, but well played. Lee Stinson there. So a replay of the bowl from Stinson on the attack. Forehand runner. Had to be fairly precise to get a result. Played it very well. So he may even hold 4
Yep.
at the moment. So big result this one if they can hang on to him.
Mason will be pretty quick at this, I think.
You're right. On the attack, is this one going to get away? We've got contact. 2 of the bowls going. Oh no, it was one to Engadine.
Yeah, right.
So the third bowl, obviously theirs. So well played. Sorry, viewers, we got the bowls mixed up there,
That
but
was Craig
yeah,
Watts.
so did I. Yes, yeah. A fair opening bowl too from Jack Lewis to start end 17. Good reply from Trevor Gillis.
Do you think this happens in the Fox League commentary box?
Well, if you hear some chomping in the background, it's just a few of our staff members having afternoon tea, breakfast. Gillis in the area here. He's played it pretty well. Yeah, good shot.
We were here doing the maintenance early this morning and missed out on breakfast.
Yeah, well, certainly worked out. You've did well to find that faulty cable, Andrew, because the coverage is
Much better today.
much better. Yes.
Wasn't happy with the blockiness yesterday. Changed out a few cables. Completely reset all of our cameras. Restarted the equipment 5 times. Restarted the bond.
It turned out to be one little cable.
Well, the cable was the last thing I changed, and that was what worked. So it's getting the blame. The old cable's in the bin.
Oh.
No mercy.
A bit like what you just did with that dessert.
Oh.
No, I did not. There was no mercy.
There was no mercy on it, no, not at all. Nor should there be. Damn, they were good. We get looked after down here. Some of the... Yeah, there's a couple left behind us. I've saved them for the lads, but... wow.
He's put them out of reach of me, obviously, though.
Yeah, we get looked after by the volunteers. It's great.
Callum.
So I've just been running around taking photos of the rinks, and it's some pretty good games going on out there. The conditions are absolutely perfect for it. The men's games are being played with a lot of vigour, is the best way to put it. Lots of interest, lots of people here too, big crowd. All of them with something to say about the games too.
We've got it.
Yeah, great shot there, Craig Roberts.
So does DJ have any interesting Irish jokes for us? Peter Thornton's asked.
No, just ignore him, he's
He's all right.
alright. Nothing today, Peter.
I must say, DJ's been the butt of some interesting Irish jokes.
Oh, plenty. When you give it out, you got to be able to take it.
So what have I missed?
All in good fun, of course, though. Nothing mean.
Oh, 50% of the time.
Not from me, anyway.
Yeah, Nathan asking if I was holding the camera just to look busy. Yes, I was eating creamy pastry puffs. Come on, crab.
Because those who aren't aware, DJ, the sports and sponsorship manager, we got the title right, or close enough,
Yeah, close enough.
at Club Maitland City, the recent host of the Interzone Sides Championship. I'm told you do a very good job there by plenty of people, yourself included.
Yep, I'll let you know.
Not paid enough, though, apparently.
Oh, we never are we?
Nobody who works in bowls is paid enough. If you're listening, Tim, yes, please. Oh, Mozzie doesn't quite hit that one, so
Quite like that one.
I think Warilla need to win 3 of the next 4 ends. I'm not as generous as Shippo saying that Engadine need to win 5. I reckon Warilla need to win 4 of the next 5, 3 of the next 4. They drop 2 or 3 more ends in the next few, and it's getting too hard.
Getting tough.
I mean, it's already in the tough category.
Especially when there's not too many opportunities getting presented at the moment. Those are pretty tight. Just over again there from Lee.
Is it a 1 or a 2? They're not giving us much, are they?
They're not. I think we need to change this length.
Look, I'm just going to put down a 1 with an asterisk. I can't put an asterisk down, though, of course, on our scoring system. We'll say it's 19-9 after 17 ends, with a we have to check that caveat. Because it's fantastic to be pressing play on the 2022-23 State Championships here in Wollongong, proudly supported by Destination Wollongong and Wollongong City Council. We do thank our host and sponsor clubs as well, Fig Tree Sports, Georgie Park Bowls and Recreation, and Wiseman Park Wollongong City Bowling Club.
Wise Man Park.
Yes, Wiseman Park. Of course, it's built on the corner of the park named after, I think it's R.T. Wiseman, one of the founding fathers of the area.
Thanks for that. That was the next question, Andrew. Where's the name
It still was going to be named after some smart dude.
Yeah. Jack Lewis close again. Very good.
good bowling. Well, the Engadine guys here, they've certainly had the better rub of it, I think. The scoreline reflects that. It's a pretty cutthroat game, 2 bowled triples. They get, someone kicks away, it's tough to come back along quickly. Well, we did see it in the game this morning with Tash scoring a 6 in one end and then winning the next 6 ends as well. Oof. Oh, yeah.
Nice little friendly rub.
Is Warren Shipley aware he's left his Facebook unattended in front of me here?
So, yeah, Warren's left his laptop here unlocked right in front of you, DJ. It's,
Oh, temptation's fierce.
through there, good hit. And he's run through, pushed Jack through and out to the side for probably 2 or 3 shots now.
You're just about to announce his retirement from all bowls, are you?
Probably about to change his gender. This
Again?
And just on the
Craig Roberts
Facebook.
short there.
I think the old trick was to change his relationship status to it's complicated.
Callum's going to leave us one behind too, is it? Oh, well. Bit of a shootout between the skips here.
Mm. So, a good amount of people here is good amount of people here watching on live, and viewership has jumped once again. You guys are amazing. We definitely love having you here, and all the people on YouTube and watching at the clubs this afternoon. Let us know where you're from and who you're supporting and why. And the easy ways to watch this. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, that's right. Don't click on any links that aren't posted by us. Don't give anyone your credit card details in our feeds. We are not scammers, and they are.
DJ, you going to be jumping out of a plane like we've got on our little ad video running on the corner there?
Not. Oh, I felt like it this morning.
Oh, shot Lee just wishing he's through. I think he's got one there.
He does. Mason's returning the favour now, but that's Callum's ball he's looking to promote, which he's done.
A friend of our family, we actually live not too far from the airport they take off from. He quite frequently points out there's a perfectly good plane. Why would you jump out of it? I don't think I could.
It was pointed out to me at one point too. You don't actually need a parachute to jump out of a plane. You only need a parachute if you want to do it twice.
That's it.
If you want to land in less than a puddle, yes.
Lee
It's
running
not-
down that narrower hand. He's looking for did look to come through, and I can't see where he actually ended up. I think right there is between the. Who's that standing there?
Trev.
Yeah, tell him to get out of the way of the camera.
I'll just rub his back with the mouse, see if he moves.
I'll just go run up the stairs. That's right, it's last bowl. I won't get there in time.
Aussie looks quick.
Yeah, he did.
He was looking for the bowl.
Very enthusiastic.
Got one. It's not worth a few, that one.
Mm. Can afford to drop ones.
Well, they drop one every end from now on, and they'll still get home comfortably. See if I can get a view of that scoreboard now that Skips should have updated. I can't use the side camera because Lee's standing. Oh, there we go. It's 20 shots to 9 after 18 ends. We've got it spot on. How about that?
Well done. Keeping track there.
I must say it's very nice of Moz to play so well. We can have Lee back tomorrow to work.
Wow.
I'll make sure he doesn't watch this back.
That's all right. He knows the sentiment.
Well, I guess the best thing we can say is he may not lose another final.
Not this year.
Medal, no. Good
Oh,
shot
Trevor,
there.
he's
Trev.
just dragged the jack back towards his own.
Beautiful.
Good bowl. Well, let's not export out that one. I may have just exported out the entire advert instead of the replay. But
From Callum. Very good.
it just seems to be that every time I hit the button for the replay for Warilla, I'm immediately hitting the button on the next bowl for the Engadine boys.
It just shows how good they're going, I reckon.
Yeah, it's been a pretty good game.
Yeah.
They've just had the reply.
Every single time, yeah. Noticeable.
And Craig,
Oh, just held out.
and that's the difference, isn't it? That's half a bowl.
Yeah, sometimes that 5% better, 5% extra is all you need to kick away, and that's what's happened at the moment. 11 shots between them with 7 ends to play.
I'm sure that the memory's still pretty good.
Yeah, well.
Very good.
Oh, that one's not 5% better. That's 15% better.
So Craig, we're playing something similar, but a bit more direct. Trying to get to the 2 balls. Looks like there could be a chance the 2 could go. Not going to do much on that, huh? Trevor getting in the way of the camera now. Oh, yep, there we go.
Yeah. He's been told. Yeah, not much happening there either. I think sit at the back. Jack's going to kick out that way if it gets moved.
Yeah, he was just trying to get in between those 2.
Mm.
Oh, on the lean now.
Such a unique style on that. Not one I'm going to quickly hurry and replicate that thing.
Is he going to get back enough? Oh, he didn't.
Wow, just missing again. Oh, frustration showing on Lee's face there.
This is a narrow line here.
Well, as you said, looking for that gap.
Yep,
Use the outer to roll in.
that's what he wanted. Get
Oh,
very
wow,
close for
jeez.
another shot.
He's got to have another crack. Because they just need multiples. They need to be scoring big. Singles aren't going to get it for them.
And there are probably a couple down here still, at least. And no real clear path in. The 2 short bowls, pretty much on your track. You have to have a very precise hit to get it. I'd say the multiple here is just about the start of the death rattle.
I'd say so. Panic had set in at that point.
Oh, I don't think it'd be so much panic as that they just don't have the resources to get back. You've only got 6 bowls an end. You've got to make... You drop a multiple here, you only have 6 ends to get 15 of them to count. That's 2.5 an end. You have to get half of them every end to count, basically. You're in trouble.
Closely. Oh, I got the 3 of
yes.
them.
Well,
That's 4.
that...
That's the game changer. Absolutely amazing.
That is a 4.
Wow.
Great shot. It was definitely a do or die shot, that one.
Took the risk.
Well,
There wasn't much else on.
the reverse commentator's curse.
It's like next door, Darren Morrison's Maryland's team's doing quite well.
This one deserves another look.
Yeah, absolutely it does. Here we go. And squarely into that front one perfectly and sitting nicely was that's a magnificent shot by Lee Stinson.
That's one of those shots that he once put in that USB drive he told you about earlier, Andrew, to take home and watch back.
Yes. That makes 2. I think that might be the first one I've exported out of Lee's. Just trying a few things with the technology to try and enhance our product.
Yeah, we've got some good capabilities in here with this system.
There's a few things I'd love to do and try, but we've got to get the hands on deck and the time to do it.
We'll get loose for this first one. Second one came in nice.
Changing length, just catching the 2 leads out there.
I just like that idea. You're always thinking about the game if you're changing the length all the time. It's not often just the lead's decision. Well, I wouldn't say usually the lead's decision at the higher levels.
I want no part of what you two are up to.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Suppose just checked into the CWA rooms for a cup of tea, obviously.
So it would seem. Tells me you got robbed earlier at the club. It's pretty rough, actually.
Shippo did.
Yeah. Oh,
We can't mention what he was doing, sorry.
no.
Inappropriate.
Oh, left the machine, did he?
Yes.
Oh, dear. Oh, just dropping you short again. So, yeah, that extra little bit of length is, the change in length has really created a bit of a loose head. A lot of work here for the skippers now.
We reckon Craig Roberts holding the one with the wide one there? Or the back one there of Callum Murray's?
I think the wide one, I think the Warilla boys are putting their fingers up there, but we'll see. They trudge down the other end to the mat, both head down, a lot of concentration. A lot of banter between the skips. Well, you're a pretty easy going bloke most of the time, and usually good for a laugh. On his backhand. It's still running wide. I've missed a lot of ends here, but yeah, it looks like it's still running wide.
Just wants to snap. Just hasn't got the weight to slide that one.
Oh, yeah, looking for a bit of luck in the end.
Is that the only door out of here, Andrew? Because if Warren Shipley comes down, I might be in a bit of strife.
Oh, great bowl from Mozzie. Even though Lee's pulled the 4 out of the bag last end, that might be just the first of the paper cuts. Well,
Don't know what that's done.
I'm not sure who that is he's turned
I
up.
can't see.
Is it Trevor Gillis' short one?
Lots of measuring happening and magic fingers out there for Callum. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, but Warren should have just walked in and realised what's happening to his Facebook account.
Shippo's just coming down talking to his media manager.
Oh dear.
And for those saying don't accept any friend requests from Shippo, well, you shouldn't have accepted it to start with.
Oh, quick one here.
Oh, I'd say that's their one down. He wouldn't be running if they weren't.
Oh, it's moved. It looks like Lee's ended up his shot after.
That's Lee Stinson's
Yeah.
ball turned up, so it'll be a one, I think. Yeah, the one's the indication.
Yeah, Lee's bowl came out of nowhere.
Well, we're still in it. 20 ends gone, 6 behind, 5 to play. Tell you what, guys, is it worth seeing Lee's bowl from the other end again? Let's just
Go
put that
for it.
one on. No, it's not the one. I haven't got the technology quite right. I'll go back to live action.
Yeah, that'll be good.
That's good to try these things. We have the tech and the ability. And Trevor's bowl, first bowl, pretty good, you'd say. Driving it, taking it just off the line, very accurate. Jack almost as good.
For an interesting last 5 ends. What's the score in the other semi?
Good question.
Currently, the last look I had was... I've completely lost track of where it is. It is 22-9. Darren Morrison's Maryland's team up over the Giddo's team of Raymond Terrace. There it is there on the scoreboard.
It is actually still 22-9 after 18 showing on the scoreboard. One slides through. There we can see that board.
Sarah Boddington's picked up. She was down a fair way over to Maylene Reynolds at NBC. 12 all in the open reserve after 16. That's pretty... Well, that's close. Doesn't get any closer than that.
Oh, Craig, it was a brilliant line. Just run out of steam there. One seemed to pull up very quickly.
Oof, I'm just rolling that ball forward. I'm not sure if that's now the shot at the back. So let's have a look what...
Wonder Warilla.
Craig, yeah, Wonder Warilla, yeah.
We'll look for a second, maybe. Yep.
Magic Fingers as we've taken a call on it here. So 6 shots in it with 5 ends to play. Need at least one multiple and then to win everything else. Well, that would often, yeah, and hang out on that hand, that shot, and the weight was pretty good, but definitely hangs out, especially when it gets to the edge. It's a lot wetter at the end still after that rain overnight, and it won't allow the bowl to turn now that the Jack's run back past the tee.
Very interesting this second shot, aren't they?
Must be close.
Oh, Trevor. Just realised again.
and got told, yeah. I love the little jump when they figure it out.
The most delightful one when she realises Carmen Anderson,
Oh, yes.
because she turns around and apologises to people. She goes, "Oh, sorry," and looks down the camera with a big cheeky grin on her face. I really like Carmen. I think she's one of the great characters of our game. Oh, Leroy, chance here to add another one to the count.
That's a bit quick.
More than a bit. Well, you got best backward. He's covered the fence.
I'd suggest with the way he played that, he thinks he's only holding the one. I was trying to rest that back ball up.
Yeah.
3.
Mozzie looks pretty good to me.
He'll hold on that line.
His ball doesn't look too bad either.
And
There we go.
That's second anyway.
Exactly second now.
Just flop off the back one, get a 2.
Trying to get a 2 or at least another one in there because Mason's got a shot now if nothing changes. Only his last one to pump that one out potentially.
Yeah.
2 or 3.
He's got 2 seconds now, so he could pump onto his own and make a double. Well, he just knock that jack in behind his own, or just sit on the back one and be second shot.
coming down for a look.
The other Warilla team looks to be in a bit of trouble here, the one in the senior women's as well. Chippo's come back for another conference with his media manager.
This is a big end here for Lee.
Yeah. You see, he's just on the draw now. He's not a million miles away. Oh.
What's he done?
I'm just watching the replay myself. He's
Trailed the jack.
changed something.
I'm not sure who's that.
Well, the replay that Ben's watching, of course, is the Facebook feed in front of him. We haven't hit replay.
Just like to say, ladies and gentlemen, anyone that's a friend of mine on Facebook, I haven't been hacked at all.
Oh, they know.
Yeah. I got a phone call saying, "What's with the post?" And I said, "What post?" And then called me Fortnite. Did take me a while to realise until I walked back into the bunker and there was 3 hyenas laughing their heads off down here.
2 of them, I put my hands up and said I want nothing to do with it.
He did. You can refer back to the copy for that, Warren. It was noticed pretty early after you walked out that you'd left us unattended.
And so I'm still not really sure what Lee's done there. And
That is 1 to Warilla.
Wow. So look, ones are important, but they still need that one. They still need a multiple. They need to be perfect.
Well, it's keeping them in touch. There's still 4 ends to go and they're only 5 behind now. So
Yeah.
from being, what did I say? They need to win 4 or 5. They've nearly done it.
Mm.
And a little change of length. It wasn't much, just enough.
Yeah, really gotten the confidence of the Engadine players, and they've, I think, won a few in the end.
Good opener from Trevor.
Well, they've won the last 3 ends since we started mentioning that. They're 4 and 2 ones.
Just going to apologise to Warren because I haven't filled out his scorecard. I was too busy filling out his Facebook.
Oh, yeah, very good there by the Jack Lewis. Sorry, I should know his name. I've just been calling him through in the singles. It's the mustache that puts me off. And Callum on his backhand. Just rushing through in that wider hand. Oh, sorry, that was Jack. My apologies again. The mustache confusing. Craig watching this with this one closely. I don't think he's really happy with his weight, and it shows. Yep.
I think there is just a few clouds around, and the sun's just disappearing in and out. The shadows seem to be.
It is, yeah. It's
the light intensity. I'm trying to correct with the cameras. I should just leave them alone.
Pretty key in for both teams this end. Engadine would like to stop the run that Warilla have had and keep that lead. Warilla are breathing down Engadine's necks at the minute.
Yeah, they've.
Craig Roberts close to Keane. He's been all over it.
We've probably been the rock that's held them, or that's held them together. You know, the anchor in this, and always close, always in there when. Something to use, if not when nothing else. He's holding a shot there now and putting the pressure on the Engadine team.
Callum having a run.
Ooh. Thought he had the edge there. A nice inviting open space. I don't think he's got much back there, Lee. I think everything else is everything else seems to be Engadine bowls.
Just wants to slide underneath that
I
one.
think he has.
Also land softly.
And that little touch isn't going to hurt. That's brilliant bowling, Lee Stinson.
Mason will be up at this again. And down under the two balls with Jack in the pit.
Don't think he's made Mason's job any tougher, actually. He's just made it a little more inviting.
He's playing for a turn.
Misses that. He's gone right through the hole.
Well.
A little bit of pressure, maybe just starting the show.
Game on.
Game on, indeed. I had all but given up hope for Warilla there, but they're not letting go.
Well, maybe Lee heard me say that we expected him to work tomorrow.
Funnily enough, I was about to say, since you said that, I don't think you've dropped an end.
I was looking forward to the extra pair of hands tomorrow to just to get the logistics going.
We're doing okay. We're keeping up. We've got a good set of volunteers and helping us out here.
Well, I shouldn't have to run full diagnostics on our system tomorrow morning again either.
There is that, yeah.
Just don't touch that cable. Because we will be in action tomorrow morning with the finals of all 5 categories of the triples tomorrow. And action getting underway around about 8:30 a.m. Pairs starting tomorrow afternoon. We won't be mucking around getting people out. We will get them out. And suspect there might be somebody having to back up in the afternoon in the pairs. It's close with this one, but there is a little run through.
Ooh, and rolled that one down.
Well, he's looking at the far bowls. This could be a count.
What is going on there?
4.
Wow.
I thought one of those was an Engadine bowl. So that's
They're measuring for 5.
that's caught me a little bit off guard.
We could be all square.
I didn't see that coming. Either of you?
The heads have been pretty tight. They've just fallen sort of for Engadine for a bit there, but Warilla are always sort of in there.
That one's not quite, or maybe it is.
That's
Nope.
a fist.
It is 5.
That's a fistful.
Well.
Big end. Big end. From Warilla.
Wow.
And Jeremy Henry standing at the back there, a bit of a smile on his face, unusually.
Well, since the 18th end, we've had a 4-1-1-5, and we're now 20 shots apiece with 3 to play.
Not as close next door after 20 ends. 24-10 there for Marylands.
And what did I say? 3 out of 4 or 4 out of 5 they had to win, and they've won 4 in a row.
Trevor Gillis is then just going to plop this on.
Jeez.
Wow.
Confidence says everything, doesn't it? Confidence can really build your game, and there's that extra couple of percent they were looking for.
Well, a little bit of momentum. Big thing, isn't it? All of a sudden, it's just that easier to play the ball, and you're getting the right side of things instead of the wrong. And your opponent all of a sudden doesn't get the right edge. And 20-20-22. I'm not sure about Trevor chasing that one. I'm not a fan of chasing my bowls. I'm not a fan of chasing anything, actually.
I'm just going to let that one go through the keeper.
That's all right. He was implying.
As long as it's not Johnny Bairstow, the keeper, he'll drop it.
That's it. Anthony Stewart-Tyrrell taking credit for their turnaround. It's been turning around since he was watching, he's saying.
Oh, Craig looks to be a little on the quicker side. Can get a rub in off there and get a good spot. Well, that's good home. Holding 1. There's a nice draw for Squiddy up here on the backhand through his own bowl. There's a good result here for him. He just needs the right contact. He's pretty close, but he's got the shave and run away again. I think we really need to turn this head around a little bit. You, DJ, as well, just to Craig can draw a toucher and hide that jack behind his own bowl. It's that one sitting in there is looking a bit lonely at the moment to me. Well, he's going to get down.
Is he going to get back to Callum's? Jack High.
Oh, the pace was okay.
Yeah.
So Callum will just be trying to set the shot ball, turn the jack to his own.
Well, I think if he plays exactly the same bowl as he did last time, he'll get the result. He looks a bit wider to me.
Here it comes. Well played.
Has the result.
Yep.
Yeah, very well played.
Is he 1 or 2?
It's going to be close all around. Yeah.
Oh, another chalk stick.
You see, he had the right intent here. Had his own to turn up, but he's just come inside, sat the shot bowl, given the jack a little kiss.
Yep, played it nice with a good amount of enthusiasm and arrived at the head beautifully at the right pace. Just a brilliant bowl.
And the good thing for Engadine is that the backhand draw is probably the best option to sit the bowl, but the two immediately behind to the left are both Engadine. You can just see the black on the sticker there. I think they are anyway. Big bowl from Leroy. High scoring match between Sarah Boddington and Maylene Reynolds, 26-24.
See him shake his head immediately after letting that go. It's
not far away.
I'm going to say a bit of excitement from his team. He was not happy. Oh, arms in the air. He's excited about that. Get up, Lee. That's fantastic. Celebrated that before it hit.
Well, he didn't need big weight on this because he didn't really want to move the jack, and he's not. He's just got that one right on the button. I think Mozzie will play pretty much the same bowl, though.
So he's lining up the other way, actually.
Well, yeah. Same idea, though.
Yeah.
He's got 2 to sit on.
We'll turn the jack over this side.
It's the pretty good weight.
Close. Use the Roberts ball. Ooh.
Oh, hands on
Hands
head.
on the head, yeah.
I think he might be 2 down there still.
Look, he was close. That was a good shot. He wasn't far away from getting the result he wanted.
Now, the first half of the game, he was getting those right on the money and everything was running with him. This time he's just got the little scrape that he didn't want.
Good attention here now. And you get, word's obviously getting around. We've just had another 100 people jump on the line just to watch the end of this, the last few ends.
Oh, you can see Trevor saying there 1 shot.
Yeah.
I think it's Craig Roberts
There were
near Jack High Bowl.
Yeah.
From our angle, it really does look like Lee counts as well. But
Yeah, he's lining up on that forehand side to come through. It looks weighty to me.
No, it's coming now.
Yeah, it's turning. It's it's rolling into the back. Engadine with the final say. Quite a few options there for Mason. It's a bit of a just a draw shot to the jack on either side, I think. More to use on this side, roll and flop on the left-hand side of the screen there, and just touch that on the inside and flop onto the jack. Or
again, the first half it doesn't end. You'd say you wouldn't need anything. You just plop it on there without just cold draw. But be a little bit of adrenaline running now. We're 3 ends to go in a semi-final. Gone from a huge lead to an even state.
well, it looks like it's all over next door. By the way,
He's out nice and that's not going to come back.
No, wow.
New leaders.
Just a confidence shake there from
We're going to have a look at it.
with a 4 and a 5 in a few ends, and all of a sudden the adrenaline's up, and it's hard to get a shot, hard to find the focus again. As we said, Darren Morrison from Maryland's there is our first finalist. They've finished over there. They're packing their bowls up.
Ooh, 2.
Just going to go back and double check, which is good technique. 2.
Oh, a little bit of frustration there on Callum's face as well.
Yeah. Didn't be feeling it. Well, I'm going to love you and leave you, fellas.
Well, it's been an absolute pleasure.
Not a problem.
It's my first time meeting you, and it's absolutely hilarious. So that's why that was.
Have you got one last status update before you go, though?
No, man, I've peaked, I think. I'll just have one last check here. I think it's Warren Shipley's most liked comment of the year. Yep, close to it. I'll go and see if he's forgiven me.
Thought you were going to announce his retirement from all representative bowls.
No, I wouldn't do that. He's been picked in the Australian team. Did you see the comment on it? I'll leave it at that.
Well, it's a good start from Trevor. We don't condone the actions of him.
I do enjoy that he was laughing himself out of the room. Actually, that was good. Very entertaining. But look, what a start again by Warilla. And then trying to match it up is Engadine. The weight's perfect from both the leads.
It's going to be a good home. He's in behind. So shot and behind. And I think the game's not quite as easy for Engadine as it was earlier.
All of a sudden, yeah.
It's been a massive turnaround. And that bowl, he's trailed it, and he's held onto it, so it is 1 to Engadine at the moment. All of a sudden, it got a bit easier.
Look, I can tell you now, something out there, I can start hearing it filter through the the two brick walls between us and the green over there at the moment, but there's a lot of support from both of these clubs here. Warilla being very local.
Well, look, Engadine's only
Engadine's
half
not
an
far
hour or
away
so
either,
up the
yeah.
road.
That's it. So and Engadine's got, I think it's their only team, isn't it, in the finals?
Yes.
Can't remember, but yeah, they're these guys definitely have a lot of support.
Well, that was Jack's bowl that's come up as well.
That's it. Craig just knocking that one in, but opening the field up a bit.
So Cal going to play his forehand by the looks of that. Probably not a bad choice. Slightly tighter, just playing down to your own bowl. Can turn it through. Wants to miss that one. Just got the kiss off it. I think we'll see Craig still on that backhand side. Nice confident draw. Can get a toucher back to Trevor's bowl behind. That slightly darker of the green bowls near the jack. I think it's just one to Engadine at the moment. 2 ends to go, 2 the difference. And this is, well, it seems a bit of a cliche, but this is a critical end.
Oh, look.
And, well, it's made it better for them.
I thought he'd roll one more roll, and I think he might have had shot there, or even just lay it down on this side. Wowee.
No, Engadine, I think, if they drop this end, they've got to score half the bowls to get in. That one's going to fade underneath. Well, he hasn't made it easier.
Not for his own team. I think there's a result there for Warilla on either of Craig's bowls on the board just rolled back.
It was easier without that one there because they had a clear path to the jack.
To the jack, yep. Now we're looking at
as it is. He risks pushing Jack Lewis's bowl onto Trevor's and dropping it 2.
Yeah, he's got maybe a shot there in the little window. Push both those out, even though one of them's his. Push both those out for 2 as well.
Yeah, look, I don't think so. You're 2 in front. It might be better to take your lumps and drop a. Just make sure it's only 1. Lead by 1 going into the last.
Yeah, maybe.
The luxury of having last bowl if you do drop the end. But this one, certainly have a crack to get shot, because if you pick up a 1 or a 2 here, you got 2/3 to count.
Well, yeah. Winning this end makes it really, at any margin, makes it really tough for Engadine. And Engadine lads have. No,
you want to score, but you want to make sure you don't drop a multiple.
He wants this to hang up a bit, I think. I don't think it has. It's in the hole, but that's about the right weight to push Craig's bowls in. And the opposite hand for Engadine, not wasting any time. Mason Lewis knew exactly what he wanted.
I don't think that'll come back.
He's playing the narrower side a little bit wide, hanging it out.
Although it might be a deliberate ploy to get that best back. If Lee can just sneak Craig's bowl up onto the jack, I think is probably his best option. What do you think, Shippo?
Welcome back.
Well, I've been out there sitting behind the rink. Certainly a momentum switch towards Warilla. They seem to have their tails up in the air at the moment.
He's close.
Oh, yeah.
He likes it.
He's keen. What's it going to do? Oh, no result.
Well, it is 1.
You're happy enough with that, I think. Even though they'd be happy to get the score, but
He'll try and play through and just get another bowl in and even it up.
Well, has gone narrower as learning from his first, but
Well, he won.
kicking that over enough as.
So we go into the last end with 1 shot the difference.
Oh, saw Craig put his
yeah,
finger
well,
up for
sure
one.
who was shot there.
Gave me a little heart attack.
So that was a 4-1-1-5-2. So that's 4, 5, 6, 11, 13 shots to nil run in favour of Varilla. Just been broken. And we're playing the last end with 1 shot the difference.
And Andrew, I did say Engadine would have to win 5 of the last 10 ends. How are they going there?
I think they're pretty much done that.
Yes, they've done
Have
that.
they?
I actually went one further. I reckon we were allowed to win 4 of the next 5, and they did that. So
Okay.
it's yes.
It's an interesting game. Just another one I'm looking at here with the results. I can't see don't know how long ago this was updated, but Sarah Boddington's team against Maylene Reynolds' team from Embassy Sports is 28 all on the 23rd end.
It was a cracking game too. I was watching a bit of that one, Ben, when I was out there. My word, it is a close game. It looks like
High scoring game.
Looks like the Terrace girls are going to get home in the other semi out there, but a bit better than their male counterparts. Going down to Marylands on the rink next door here.
56 shots in 23 ends is a remarkably high scoring game.
We've been talking about that, haven't we? The triples, high scoring encounters. So
Great bowl from Jack.
2 great bowls actually.
Trevor's line is perfect. You can just see it poking up on the bottom of your screen.
Well, looks a bit tight with this one.
A little weight.
Has he got the weight to hang on?
I can hear Lee yelling through the men's. We got a touch.
Oh. And as the head stands, Engadine in the front. Long way to go.
Yeah, lots of balls to come, but yeah. So down that narrow hand, it looks like it's hanging out.
Oh, he's squeezed
Callum.
with his first on the last end.
Oh, it's come back nicely. Really nicely.
Okay.
Oh, Craig Roberts.
Oh, that cluster there.
We're just looking to draw to land that cluster for sure.
Who can hold their nerve is probably the question here.
Looking at the back there and see Heath Lewis just hanging down in the milkshake. Great milkshakes here at this club.
Good area here, this bowl.
Oh, yeah, here he comes. He's pretty happy with it, and it's hit the back one and laid on it. Didn't fall over, but has cut it down, and at the moment the game's tied.
Well, I'm not sure, Benny, there whether that one is actually
It might be shot.
perhaps as well.
Ah, it's Bucko back there, mate. It's not Heath Lewis.
No, Bucko.
Is it Bucko? Sorry, my apologies.
Slightly different build.
Yes,
Oh, a
my
little
apologies.
Loves a milkshake, does Bucko. So,
Size 28 shoes, hasn't he?
yeah. Yeah. Now, he's another one that doesn't wear bowl shoes because they don't make him big
Don't
enough
make it
to
big
fit
enough.
him.
No, he's got modified New Balance shoes.
He has. Right, so Roberts with his last bowl, last end of regulation play. Of course, if we have a tied score, we'll be going to an extra end. Looks a little bit narrow. I think this one's just going to get away on him a fraction.
He's urging it up as well.
Just didn't have the weight.
No. Well, look, it's usable, and it's tough for a run at the jack there now down the straight line if necessary, but
I remember back at N5 we were asked about picking a winner, and you're uncommittal, Ben, because that's proved the correct result.
I went sat right on that fence.
Yeah.
I wasn't moving at all. Yeah.
Okay, so it'll be Lewis probably maybe in Warilla's favour too, holding one with last bowl to play. Maybe a Gonstead dropping a one at the last end.
Mozzie, he'd be just trying to draw down to Craig Roberts' bowl. And not that one, the other one.
Yeah.
Line.
Oh, wow.
So I think
Now.
Lee will probably be doing exactly the same thing, trying to draw to Craig Roberts' bowl. If he can just get inside and get shot,
Well, the question is, who is shot at the moment?
Engadine.
Engadine are.
Yep,
Okay.
Jack Lewis's bowl on the centre line is shot. Craig Roberts' lighter green bowl next to it is second.
Yeah, look, I think Craig was indicating at that side through the little window there you see between the bowls.
I don't think it matters which side he draws.
Yeah.
He's just got to draw shots.
He's got to get to that Engadine bowl at the back and just lay down.
He does have an opportunity on the back end to work off that Jacko bowl, which will get him back to the other bowl as well.
And
Looks like that's the
that's
hand
where he's going.
selecting.
Yep.
Well,
Big bowl here from Stinson. That line
He might be trying to just work
Looks
through.
okay. If he
pretty
gets
good
past
line.
the front, he's going to land.
Lots of
that
interest.
far.
His arms
Got
in
the
the air.
arms up.
The hands are in the air. He liked it.
Wow.
Lee Stinson.
How
Well, he
you
called
knew
it
it.
a long way out.
You knew it 3/4 of the way down or halfway down. He was in. That's a brilliant shot by Lee Stinson.
Well, pressure's on Mason now.
Last bowl.
And Lee, I reckon he'll be sitting back. Let's put this delicately. He'll be hoping that he can just put the hands in put the other one in the pocket and go, that'll do us.
Thank you. That's it.
Okay,
I've got the last ball. He doesn't want to throw it.
Here we go. Mason Lewis.
Well, he's just trying to get
Last
down to
bowl.
Lee's bowl.
I think he's tight.
I think he's tight as well. It's all down to weight here.
What's he going to hit? That's the big question.
Is it Jack? Is it
I
Jack?
think he's tight.
He's got the edge and he's run away, and that's
next
it.
Game. Warilla.
Out of nowhere.
Well,
What a fight back.
unbelievable, that is. That's a single to Lee Stinson.
The Warilla Gorillas.
Gone for all money after 18 ends. And then got 4-1-1-5-2, dropped a 1 and picked up a 1 to win 23-21 to go through to the state triples final tomorrow.
We'll take on Marylands.
And
And
how-
we'll have the women's final, won't we, tomorrow?
That's it. How about these TV rink games? We're just getting the best games going around. It's just been phenomenal, and I can't tell you how good it is to watch this. We're an absolute privilege in this position, even if it is in the dungeon, to sit around and talk about these games. I could not be more impressed with Warilla's fight back. Engadine played really good bowls for the first 3/4 of the game, but just couldn't hold the concentration. That 4 from Warilla on the
Sudden
whatever
momentum
end it
shift.
was.
Well, tomorrow morning, 8:30 a.m.-ish, it's time to press play on the state triples final here from Fig Tree Sports, proudly presented by Destination Wollongong. Thanks for joining us, Warren Shipley, Ben Crickstylitis. We look forward to your company tomorrow morning, and don't forget you can follow on all of the results through the Bowls New South Wales website. That's bowlsnsw.com.au. Also available through the Bowls Now app. Thanks everyone for your company, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow.